Rank in. Time bonus.
Three, two, one, go! 200 easy left. In ground. Go! 300 long easy left.
STP. Hello guys and welcome to today's STPL. My name is Kix. You are joining me here for another day of the week, well the first day of week 3 of season 5. Here is the format in case you've not seen it before. Best of 5 all the way, best of 5 all the way through the tournament, grand finals, best of 7. Best of 1 all the way through the series, lineup selected in advance, and all the games played at the same time. And set 5 is the ace match if we get to it. We have a good matchup of teams today. We've got Sai versus Naz and SCTV, Starcast TV Stars against Clan Wiko, which should be really, really good. So let's have a look. To begin with, something I've not actually shown off recently, it's going to be the team rankings. So we've not actually had a look at these so far this season, so let's have a quick look at them now. But IRK comfortably at the top of the scoreboard there with a massive lead. They did get the walkover in week 1, and then of course they did take the 4-0 victory as well against their previous opponents. Ash following not too far behind, only dropping 2 of their sets, which is not too bad whatsoever. Definitely doing pretty well, winning both their matches. Naz in 3rd, Starcast TV Stars in 4th, Psystorm in 5th, Red in 6th, Wiko in 7th, DM in 8th, and CWT in 9th. Now, it will look a little bit funny. There's a few teams, like Wiko, for instance, have only played 1 series, and so have Naz. They've both had their bye weeks, which means they have a week where they don't play. So until we get to the very end of the round robin, it might be a little bit difficult to see who is going to win and who isn't. Obviously, we've still got a long way to go. All the teams do play each other. This is week 3 of 9 weeks. No, 8 weeks, sorry. So we've got another 5 weeks after this. And due to the way I've kind of organized the tournament, the playoffs should finish just before Christmas. So hopefully we'll be able to wrap it all up before the end of the year and start the new year off with a new season. But let's have a look at the teams we are going to be seeing today. Starting us off is going to be Psystorm. Psystorm have a pretty good roster with them today. Psystorm this season have done pretty well. They've won one of their series, which is good for them. All time, they've not had the best of luck, and especially against Naz, they have lost all their series so far across the 4 seasons they've taken part in. But can they manage to make something happen here? SCV Force,
Easily
Mitak.
amused, huh?
Heya Kicks, another month it seems.
Oh, thank you, SCP. Means a lot. Also, they've changed the voice for Streamlabs. That's cool. But SCV Force and Mitak, both of them winning all of their previous games. So let's see if they're enough to either take us to an ace match or take us to a side victory. The problem is the team they're against are incredibly strong as well. Striker, Whip, Eon Zerg making his return to the SCPL for the first time in forever, and Dragon as well, an incredibly good player who did actually get a walkover win, I believe it was, in his last game. So pretty good lineups overall when we look at the matches we're going to see. Obviously they were in order, so if you're paying attention, you'll notice that we've got a ZVZ between Mitak and Strike to start us off, a PVT between Michael and Whip, a TVZ between SCV Force and Eon Zerg, and a ZVP between Praise and Dragon. So we've actually got one of pretty much all of the matchups today, all of the non-mirrors anyway, which is always good, and we have one mirror which is ZVZ, not too bad. Let's have a look at the first couple of players. Mitak, you all know him well by now. You know how I love his picture. He's won his last 4 games. A lot of them have been against Protoss. He's not actually played many Zergs recently. The 3 he did play, he lost to. So let's hope he can break his loss streak there. His win rate against Zerg might be one of the lowest I've seen in the STPL. Over 13 games. He's only won one of them, but maybe today is going to be his lucky day. He's on a win streak. Can he keep it going? The man who is going to be trying to stop him here is going to be Striker for Naz. Striker hasn't won again. Okay, lowest technically is always going to be 0. But Striker, he is on 0-2 against Zerg. He hasn't played a Zerg other than Saxry in his last 10 games. Saxry, obviously the ex-Pro, ex-SK Telecom T1 Pro, so not really too sure what to say about Striker's ZVZ. His average game duration against Zerg is only 5 minutes, and that's only over 2 games, so not really much to go with. But let's have a look at the map we're going to be heading into as well. It's going to be Holy World SE, but is this going to be a holy game here, or are we going to go into hell with a really weird ZVZ? I don't know. But without further ado, let's get into it. It's game number 1, Mitak vs Striker, and it's here on Holy World. Okay, starting us off here in the top right hand position in the CVZ, we do have in the pink fighting for Psy. It's Mitak. And their opponent spawning down here in the bottom right hand side of Holy World in the blue, fighting for Naz. It's Striker. Or Striker17, which is his ID for some reason. I wonder why it's 17. I wonder what that like number has relevance wise. Let's keep an eye on what the builds are. I always forget to check in ZVZ to see exactly what the early builds are, so I always miss something. We'll have to keep an eye on both of their drone counts, see what they're going to do. Looks like Mitak is going to gas trick to get an extra drone. Now, I'm not really sure of the validity of this. I'm fairly certain I've heard it's not actually that good, or it's not worth doing. But I guess we'll find out looking at this game how it goes. Overlord normally for Striker. No gas trick, which means his spawning pool is going to start up immediately on 10 supply. 10 pool, a bit of a weird timing to build one. Looks like Mitak is going for a 10 hatchery. Okay, so these are 2 builds I can't say I've honestly seen all that much. A 10 pool is not something I can really say I've ever seen. It's usually like a 12 pool or a 9 pool. But he did build the drone before he built the spawning pool, so there's that. We do have Mitak going for a 10 pool a 10 hatch 9 pull. So this is a weird build in itself. I'm really not sure how to call this. It looks like Striker also going to go for a hatchery as well. So they've essentially, drone count wise, gone for the exact same build. But obviously Striker has his gas up a lot sooner. His pull is also done, which means his lings are going to be faster, and that is going to put him in a position where he can be aggressive. Mitak is of course down a drone as well, which shows that Striker's build may be a little bit more optimized in the way he's done it. He's also got his lings out already, which is very, very good. Looks like Mitak waiting for his pull to finish to build 3 sets of lings. There'll be 6 lings against 4 initially, against 2 lings actually. 2 of them going to be left at home to defend. Now, of course, Striker doesn't know where his opponent is. Neither of them actually scouted each other just yet. Striker going to get the first scout, which is something that's obviously quite frustrating for Mitak to have to deal with. Mitak going to be scouting his opponent last, which is definitely something you don't want. But at least his overlords should be safely tucked away against the Mutalisks a little bit later. But we do have speed coming in, no further gas being mined, so this is going to be a ling all-in by the looks of it from Mitak. Mitak plays a lot like this in CVZ, like he does a lot of ling all-ins, and I do wonder if that's part of the reason why his win rate isn't that great. We've got Lair coming in for Striker, so he has paused production of lings just a little bit. He's actually droning up as well, so this could be a very fatal mistake. Now, he did see the fact that Mitak wasn't mining gas. Now, he has gone back to gas now, so he is going to look to transition, and he's transitioning a little bit later. He banked up enough gas to maybe fake a ling all in here, but this is a lot of lings coming across. Speed should be done already for his opponent. Yeah, speed is already done here, so Mitak's lings shouldn't realistically be able to do too much, but is there going to be enough lings to overpower the Sunken and the lings here? It's going to be rough. Let's hide the information for a second. Looks like the Sunken eating so many hits that Mitak's lings are just getting destroyed. Oh man, Mitak's attack did not work there. He is going to be so far behind in supply. Now, the supply is even, but Mitak is still behind and doing absolutely nothing. Does scout the lair, does scout the spire, but that was not worth it. Ling all-ins in CVZ, I'm not sure I agree with them. I never seem to see them work. Maybe attacking all the lings with all of his lings would have gone a little bit better than what actually happened. I'm not too sure. I'm not a Zerg player, but I definitely feel it could have gone better for him. That was definitely not the best engagement I've ever seen, but Mitak doing his best to break through. If he can attack again, he might be able to make something happen, and he has forced a lot of lings out of his opponent. Although while Striker's been building all these lings, he's also been droning up. He's going to be up 5 drones. While Mitak is still pumping out lings. I think this very much well could be game over. Unless Mitak can make this work, he is going to be up against a vastly superior economy. 2 lings trying to get in. One of them does get in, which means a couple of lings are going to have to go back to deal with this. But let's have a look at the front. Can Mitak break the front this time? He's going to move forward, attacking the lings this time instead of the Sunken. And this is going much better. The Sunken is very close to death as well, so it should die very, very fast here. And Mitak may have broke through, and he may have broke his ZVZ curse. Could this be his 5th win in a row? Is Mitak really on a warpath? Like, he's going to attack the hatchery. Is this worth it? Should he not go for the drones? I'm not too sure, but looks like he wants to cut down his opponent's production. If he can stop the Muta production from this hatchery, he is going to be in a very good position. But maybe going for the victory might have been a little bit better, because the hatchery is now going to survive, I think. But more lings are coming in. And yeah, I don't think that was worth it once again. Mitak may make a little bit of a strategic error. Going in with a few lings to the mineral line. Gonna block the mining for a little bit. Doesn't get a single drone. And the hatchery survives. Creep colony coming up. We've got 5 drone lead for Striker. He's got 2 hatcheries worth of production. And he is building his Mutalisk count up now. And he is also building his drone count. Now, Mitak built a couple of spores. So that is why his drone count's a little bit lower. But once again, I mean, the Lings aren't really going to be able to do too much here. This is not going to work, so he's going to fall back with the Lings he's got. Maybe should go over to the left-hand side of the map somewhere and make something happen. But it looks like Mitak sending one of his Overlords to the bottom left as well, just to kind of get it out the way. Now, the Lings are doing a pretty good job of keeping the Mutalisks away from Mitak's mineral line, but as Mitak is forced into building more and more spores to not die, his drone count is not going up. And while his drone and Mutalisk count are not going anywhere, Striker is just continuing to grow and grow, and that is going to make things very, very difficult the further this game goes on. I mean, when you have a ton of spores, it's very difficult to die, but it's also very difficult to ever come back, because once you get behind in the Mutalisk count, unless you can somehow turtle all the way to like +2 carapace, and you get Hive and Defiler or something, it can be very, very difficult to ever win an air battle, because you're always going to be behind in numbers. There's no way you're not going to be behind in numbers. You're too far behind. Even at this point, we have 5 Mutalisks against 0. That is going to get exponentially harder. The Spire is only just now finishing, or only just now starting, essentially. Now, if Mitak can somehow manage to drone up an insane amount and turtle up, he has a chance. But that chance is slim. And that is the problem with ZVZ. It is a very technical matchup. Looks like Mitak going to come in from the side. Can he try and snipe the drones? He gets one of the gas drones. Loses a few of his Lings for the sake of that. Maybe not worth it. The supplies tell all you need to know in this game. 41 supply to Striker. 19 to Mitak. And Mitak is just continuing to try and hold on. Even gas tricking to get an extra drone, but then loses the drone anyway. That's a little bit rough. But you never know. Maybe he can make something happen here. He's going to be behind for a very long time, but spores are quite strong. He's also getting very lucky with his spores. They're all attacking the same Mutalisks. Look at this. Spores are good. He's killed two Mutalisks with just spores. But once the spore dies, it's like, well, that's it, you know? He does have two additional spores here. Striker accidentally rallying over the top of the spore there. Not really doing too much, but another drone going down. 2 spores attacking the Mutas at the same time, though. Not bad. One of the that creep colony immediately died. 3 drones dying. Mitak is so far behind now. Cadenzi in chat saying, is Casimir around, or can we type anything? Lucky Noob isn't around, so I don't know where he is. Yeah, I think Mitak is staying in. But I think basically I think this game's over. It's going to be so difficult to come back from this. You would need an absolute miracle to manage to hold on to this. He doesn't even have any mining drones at his main. A lot of his drones have died. Another Overlord goes down. The spore can't be built into anything. He's only mining with 5 drones. One of them's on gas. And he doesn't really have the ability to build anything with gas because he's got no minerals. So this is rough. Very, very rough. Okay, the spore has finished. That's going to help him a little bit. Sniping this spore is going to be a little bit harder, so nice job by Mitak to be able to kind of keep this Muta count quite low. But he's running against, like, he's running against a clock. If we look in the bottom left-hand corner, we've got a 3rd base coming up for Striker. You know how many Zerg game or ZVZ games get a 3rd base in them? I would, like, if I was to take a guess, out of all the Zerg vs. Zerg games ever or played within the last, like, year or so, probably less than 2% of them get a 3rd base in them. Because usually you have both players with mutas and neither player can expand because of that. The second you leave your main gets attacked, right? So no one can expand. Another drone getting, I do not know why he transferred that drone there. Ling's coming in. This is gonna finish the game. There's nothing to defend the spores. The drones are going to fall back. This is most of Mitak's mining. Looks like another drone coming up here for some reason. Not really sure what it's doing there, but... I mean, he's going to, like, lose everything here. There's, like, nothing he can do. 5 drones left, 8 supply. Mitak does not want to give up, but GG. Mitak taps out. Those 4 drones nearly killed most of those lings. What the hell? How did that happen? Okay, unfortunately for Mitak, his loss streak in ZVZ continues, but we will be back very shortly with game number 2. Okay guys, we are going to be going into game number 2. It's going to be on Blue Storm. It is a PvT between Michael and Whip. I know the thread said Terra, but they did a last minute switch for whatever reason. Terra maybe couldn't come or something. But either way, it's going to be a TVP. This is the second TVP we've had here this season. I've not put the times in just yet, so I do remember this game lasted about 40 minutes or something, and it was absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully we get a game that's as memorable as the previous one. Let's get into it. Game number 2. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner in the pink, fighting for Sai, it's Michael. We got the Terran music, hell yeah. Starting us off in the top right-hand corner in the green, fighting for Naz, it's Whip. Okay, TVP on Blue Storm can lead to some incredibly weird games. One of the weirdest has to be Jangby vs Flash, one of the only stalemates in Brood War history. The game ended with Flash, with all of his units, all of his buildings floating over 1 million turrets in the middle of the map, and Jangby with a ton of carriers and no money. Neither player would attack each other. Flash wouldn't move, there was no reason for it. The referees declared I think it was a regame. I can't remember what happened in the regame though, it's been so long. But yeah. That's what happened. We've got no proxies here. Whip actually checking his main base for any proxies just in case. I mean, Jumper started his STPL career with proxy gates in the main in the previous TVP we saw here, so... Oh, Whip actually going to go and check. He didn't see where the probe came from, so he's going to check up here for any proxies as well. But Michael, playing legit, at least for the time being. Oh man, something stupid just happened in chat. Just while we're waiting for anything to happen in the game. Mindflay is like so confusing to have someone who uses my first name as a nickname, and then Kanenzi just says, "Hi Whip." It's so stupid. I had such a bad day at work, but that just made me really laugh. That's such a dumb joke. I love that kind of dumb humor. It's my favorite. Oh man, that's so stupid. I love it. Okay, the probe gets in, gets out, sees what it needs to see, and goes back home. Nexus already on the way for Michael here. Zealot gonna try and chase away the SCV, but not really gonna be able to do too much. Also, Mind Flayer, if we can avoid being creepy in chat, that would be amazing. Like, you don't need to be creepy, man. Just act normal. Custom Muse may not be here, but just act normal, man. I know Cadenzi's a girl, but you don't have to, like, you don't have to lose your mind. It's fine. I'm partially kidding, man. It's fine. Yeah, Custom Muse deleted your message. It's fine. You know. I know. It's a joke, dude. It's a joke. Oh my god, that's so cheesy. Oh Jesus. Take me to the hospital. That's so cheesy. I fucking nearly fainted. Just for the record, for anyone watching on YouTube, Mind Flayer said, "Dude, what the fuck? I'm not losing my mind. I lost my heart," with a winky face. That is so unbelievably cheesy. Okay, Michael's probe is going to be a little bit bold, but does manage to get away from the 4 Marines that are coming his way. Now, the funny thing about this is there is the path through the middle of the map, which it looks like Michael is going to try and block the Marines from getting through. But he's going to wait until they get to the last possible second. Looks like the ore bunker coming in. Probes have been pulled as well. Zealot getting a little bit far forward. Okay, that bunker was not going to work. That bunker was a little bit too late. Okay, looks like the Marines have cleared a few of the Zealots out, which is pretty impressive, but the Dragoon should be enough to hold on to those. Whip's rush so far not done all that much, but a Vulture is going to be the follow-up here, and that's going to get into the main base. There's actually nothing here to defend. And while this is going on, 4 Marines are running forward. The bunker is going to finish, and it looks like Whip has turned this around. A single unit. Many people will say the Vulture is broken. I would say that the problem in this game was the fact that he let it run past. But yeah, looks like the Nexus might go down now, which is definitely not something he wants to be dealing with and going to put him at a massive disadvantage. But to make this happen, oh my god, he's even taken hull damage. Oh, this is risky. There's 2 Vultures coming in from above. Back home, we've got the command center coming up. That was only a single factory as well. The 3rd Vulture... Oh, it's not a 3rd Vulture. It's actually 2 SCVs. They're coming to repair the bunker. The pylon actually saves the Nexus when they retargeted from the Dragoons. Oh my goodness. Can he now save it? Has range finished? Range is so close to being done. If he saves this Nexus, he is going to be in an incredible position, but it's going to be so difficult. He needs all of his Dragoons attacking. He has to take damage on his Dragoons. That's the only option he has. The Nexus goes down, and Whip's attack works. What is this push forward with the Dragoons? I don't understand. Oh no! Oh, and the Marines are going to get away as well. The Vultures get back into the main, and Whip is in such a good spot. Everything that could go well is going well, and this is BG Michael, I think. It looks like a Zealot is actually going to clear up all of the Marines, but not before 2 Dragoons go down. Michael is in the worst possible situation now, and Whip looks like he is going to be running his way to a very early victory. Now, the one problem is, he went in a little bit too soon. He didn't have any mines on the Vultures. Imagine if he'd have mined here, mined here, mined here. All of a sudden, Michael is dead. Like, he's pretty dead right now, but he still has a shot of coming back in this game. But he cannot go for a counter right now. It's just he would be 100% dead if Whip had managed to lay his mines. One thing I will say is since Whip has joined Naz, he's doing pretty well. Like, okay, I say that. Okay, I say that, and he's actually lost 2 of his first 4 games, so it just feels like he's doing really well, right? Everything is going whip-wise today. We got a probe getting taken down by a vulture in the middle of the map. No scouting for poor old Michael. Michael looks like he wants to go for an attack, but yeah, 50% is pretty good. Yeah, 50% is good. I feel like he's doing way better. But Whip has to survive against the Reaver. Reavers are pretty good units, okay? Now, there are no defense in the natural. There are no defense in the main against a Reaver shuttle. And there are no mines to scout this. This is gonna be... Oh my god, there's no way he sees this with a Vulture. Oh my god, he does. Whip is the luckiest man alive. Everything that could go well has gone perfectly for him this game. The mines go off on the Dragoons as well. Michael is dead. There is no way of coming back from this. 2 Vultures going to be planting mines out. Oh no, they've not got mines left, but he's going to be losing probes. The first Scarab does nothing. There are no tanks in the main. There's no turrets here. If he can somehow explode every single SCV, he can win. But this is not going to go well. Oh, the Reaver's going to die. Oh, the Reaver's dead before I can fire a Scarab. But this is when you say goodbye. This is when you type your G's. Because this game is done. GG. Michael taps out. Whip wins game number 2. And Naz take a 2-0 lead as we head into game 3 after this short break.
Stress comes in every way. I ain't got no time for nobody. My style is rich, dope, fat, and rich. We'll make a cake today that looks rich. Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X and flour into the bowl.
Baking a cake, yes, means you gotta try. I'm doing this for years, but don't ask me why. Butter, butter, butter joins the bowl.
Butter, 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 butter joins the bowl.
You're making us a cake that you've never seen before.
Make us a cake that never seen before. Make us a
Heat up the oven, now we're on a roll.
Heat up the oven, now we roll.
Cheap, cheap, cheap's the name of my soul.
Cheap, 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 name your soul.
The other day, I was called a little turkey, but I'm a chicken, got it? Your beef jerky? Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Put cake oven for a while.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Leave there, come, clean, pie.
Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Put cake oven for a while.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Leave it there, come on, clean, pie.
Here, I got a little sample.
Here, I don't have a
Cause ample time's just what we don't have.
Cause money time's just what we don't have. Cause money
The
is
chicken in the kitchen is making all the sound. The cake is done while we were sitting around. All we gotta do is apply the final touches.
all we gotta do is apply final touch. All we gotta do is
Take out the shrimp, the clam, and the perches.
take out the shrimp, clam, and the perch. Take out the
perch goes here, the clam goes there.
perch goes here, the clam goes here, the clam.
The little tiny shrimps just go everywhere.
The little tiny strip just goes everywhere.
Who likes in the middle fiddle?
Whatever in the middle. Fiddle.
Seafood cake comes just like the riddle.
Seafood cake, seafood comes just like riddle.
Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to be heading into game number 4. It is a TVZ between Psyforce and Eon Zerg. Well, SCV Force, not Psyforce. He's fighting for Psy. Let's get into it. We got the Terra music again. Starting in the top right hand corner, in the red fighting Pasai, it's SCV Force. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right hand corner, in the white fighting for Naz, it's Eon Zerg. Mind Flayer, all the games casted in the SCPL are played the Sunday before, so this was played on Sunday. Mind Flayer was asking purely because apparently Eon Zerg has quit. Now, I didn't hear that myself, but I suppose if he has quit, then that's news to me. He was playing on Sunday, so I don't know if maybe he stepped in for someone else, or maybe he's just not playing seriously in tournaments or something. I don't know. Okay, so SCV Force is up against one of the, if not the strongest Zerg player in the foreign scene, so SCV Force is going to be a little bit of trouble here. Eon Zerg's ZVP, or ZVT, is incredibly good. Hatch coming in from Eon Zerg. Normal build so far by SCV Force. Now, funnily enough, there is God knows how many side disruptors on this map. There's 4 in each corner, but they're stacked. Now, if I remember rightly in the campaign, the side disruptor was supposed to stop the Zerg from being able to take commands. Yet somehow, Zergs are able to play this map and control their units. Where is the balance? Where is the balance? Right now, Eon Zerg's drone should just be running around randomly. He should have no control over them. What is the purpose of the side disruptor if not to disrupt the Zerg? Now we've got a fake bunker rush coming up here. Eon is forced to pull 3 drones away. Now this does eat a few minerals for the Terran, but it's not the end of the world. Look at how much lost mining time Eon Zerg has. So that's a little victory here for SCV Force. Now, one thing I would love to see is you can glitch a vulture through the side disruptors. If you put the vulture here, you move the SCV, you mine this mineral, and you press stop, the vulture can glitch up the ramp. Any unit can do this. It's not just vultures. It's just essentially vultures are a little bit better. Cadenzi, I do that when I play this map. You can do that. It's not that difficult. And there's a factory. There's a factory. It's actually really easy to do. Like, it's way easier than I thought. You can even do it with Lings. Now the lair is coming up. The SCV in the main base is going to get taken down here. Unfortunately, it did its best, but also Cadenzi, we technically have 2 of the Korean team. Well, one is 100% a Korean team, one is a Korean foreign hybrid with SCTV versus Wiko, so you never know. And SCV Force, he's 2-0 up at the moment on his games. He's doing pretty well. He's got 100% win rate so far in his STPL career, and he's building 2 vultures without any, without anything. You know, look at this. Eon checked. He was making sure, man. Now, seeing the vulture is obviously a big move, but Eon already knows something like that's coming, so he's got the sunken already. I like how you can still see the dead bunker, because the creep didn't fully build over it. That's really cool. Now, he's going to wait until he probably has 3 vultures and speed, although maybe not. We do have an armory coming in, so he is going to be going mech. I'm not sure why he's moving his factory like this. This seems like a bit of a waste, but I suppose it does give him more space. But I'm fairly certain he could have fit the machine shop there anyway. So I don't really get that. I guess it gives him a path. But then, I don't know. An Evo Chamber and a Hydra Den coming up, making a wall. Nice moves by Eon Zerg. Blocking that Vulture coming in. Cancels the buildings immediately and goes back to mining. Now, if only SCV Force had his SCV here ready. That would be incredible. Now, if only Lucky Noob was in chat, he'd be able to tell us what Acid Fry Calpy said, because I'm assuming that that is Bulgarian, although I'm not sure. Okay, the first Muteless Scar out on the map now. He's only got 4 so far. He did lose a little bit of mining time, which did delay his mining a little bit. Third base is already up. Now Vulture going down to the bottom left is going to hopefully be able to stop Eon from expanding again, which will be very, very useful. The one problem Mech has against Zerg is the it's essentially the mobility. Like, Zerg can expand all they want because Mech can't really go anywhere. So going for +1 armor first, very standard when going Mech against TVs or against Zerg, because I mean, +1 attack doesn't really do too much against Muteless. For Goliath, it's better to get the armor. Although +1 attack does help tanks more, but we do have Charon boosters finished already. That's going to help drive away the Muteless for a little bit, but obviously Muteless can just fly away and come back, no matter how many times they want. No Queen's Nest has been started yet, but we do have Hydra Speed coming in. Now, if we get a Queen's Nest and see Eon Zerg go Queens and infest something, I'll be a very happy man. But look at this. Nice usage of the eBay to block the turret, but he can't obviously repair it either, which is a problem. +1 range coming in for Eon Zerg. His drone count is very healthy at the moment for his 3 bases. 37 drones, only 3 of them are gas, but his 4th base is up. Gas should be mining here soon as well. But SCV Force is going to find himself falling behind if he can't make something happen. Now, he's only got 2 factories going into a 3rd, which means he is going to be looking to expand. Although he is building 5 facts, but they are very, very late for a 5-fact push, so this isn't going to do anything. The 5-fact push in TVZ is supposed to hit as the 3rd gas starts mining. But that requires you to have had the factories for a while already and already been building the Goliaths. And that's something he doesn't have. Now, he's doing a pretty good job with his Goliaths, but the one problem Goliaths have on this map is when you look at the makeup of the way this works, if you push out here with the Goliaths, you have to run all the way back, which takes a long time. Now, he is going to push forward. There is only 1 sunken, but this amount of Hydras and this amount of Muteless should be able to clean everything. Now, if you had a couple of tanks to kill these side disruptors, it'd be in a good spot. Killing some Overlords, definitely going to be good. Eon going to actually be supply blocked for a moment. But this is probably going to be an engagement, as Goliaths can't win, so they are going to be running back home. He should be starter stepping a little bit better than this, but unfortunately that is quite difficult to do. Goliath's getting a couple of Mutas on their final hits though, that's definitely not too bad. But will need to fall back to the sanctity of his natural weather bunker. Should be able to keep him alive here. But yeah, he does need to be starter stepping a lot more than this. He doesn't have enough Goliaths to deal with this amount of units, which is part of the problem. Here we go, looks like the Goliath's going to be trying to attack here. Should be using the Goliaths to attack the Hydralisk first. The Mutas are kind of there to soak damage. SCV Force and Eon both have a ton of money at the moment. Eon has just been kind of selectively choosing what to build, and he did get supply blocked for quite a while, so he's been unable to spend his lava. Starting to build mass hatcheries as well to use his minerals up. I mean, it's not a bad choice. And the thing is, SCV Force is trying to use so much gas that he doesn't have, that he can't afford anything. Now, if he'd built a command center up here with a bunch of turrets, he'd be in a good spot right now, but given the way this game has played out, he's actually behind. Building the missile turret out the front is quite good, helps soak up some of the damage from the Hydras, as well as deal with the Mutas that fly in. Now, funnily enough, this Vulture is down here in the bottom left, unable to do anything, because Eon actually chose to take the natural first. This isn't a bad choice either. If you take the natural, you can wall this in, and all of a sudden you've got another couple of bases in the bottom left, which is definitely something you want as a Zerg player. Gives you another extra gas and another mineral only. And it really kind of helps limit the options of what the Terran can do, because you can't really play aggressively. But unfortunately, this 5-fact is not in a position where it can ever do any damage anymore, and we don't have a third base as a Terran, and this is where you start to hurt. You're only at 46 SCVs, you're at a ridiculous number of minerals. Just start building command centers. Even if you can push to this location and expand, you've at least got your third gas, and that's not the end of the world. From here, it's a small leapfrog to this Psi Disruptor. If you can break that, you can get into the Zerg's main, which is a very big move. But you're kind of at the behest of what the Zerg is doing here, and unfortunately this poor SCV wanted to build a missile turret up here to spot when the wait. Okay, I was like, how can he see? Yeah, the command center came in too late now to do anything, so looks like we are going to see a push forward. There's a lot of Goliaths. The tanks actually on their own at the back. He needs to pull the Goliaths back or the tanks are all going to die. The tanks are going to siege up. The Hydra's going to run away. And that's going to force this mech army to be even slower. That really abusing the lack of mobility of mech is Eon Zerg. Hive is coming in. Queen Energy, I think this is coming in as well. Do we have a queen yet? I don't think we have any of the queens, but we are getting ready for them. It's better to hatch them after you've got the energy upgrade, I would say, so they do start with more energy. Tanks, gonna need to siege up soon because there's gonna be a lot of Hydralisks coming. He needs to siege. He can't afford not to be sieged here. Using the Psi Disruptor as kind of a wall, which is gonna help a little bit. One of the tanks at the back, though, gonna be taking a lot of damage. Oh, the Mutalisks are doing so much to soak up all the damage here. The tanks are all dying to the Hydralisks, and I think this is going to be game over. Eon Zerg has played this perfectly. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see an infest this game. But yeah, this is the problem with mech. If you get outplayed like this, mech cannot do anything for you. Now, obviously, when you're going against a player like Eon Zerg, maybe going bio when you're not super confident with it is not the best choice either, because Eon gets much more like practice against bio play than he does mech. But Eon's showing why he's one of the strongest Zerg players outside of South Korea. Just absolutely annihilating SCV Force here. SCV Force has never really been able to get his foot in the door of this game. And this is rough. We've even got Zerg Overlord drop coming in. We've got melee upgrades coming in. Ranged upgrades are going to be continuing. And there we have it. First set of queens. Look at them. Look at their goofy little faces. Look at that. Now we do have another command center built in the main floating across. SCV Force scanning for any additional bases. Knows how many bases opponent's on now. So he is not going to be feeling very good about that. But he can still win. If you can get to 3-3 upgrades as mech, enough tanks, your army is essentially unbeatable. Unless the Zerg throws like multiple armies at you. So if he can manage to hold on long enough to get enough tanks, he might be able to make something happen, but he's only on 2 gas. He's forced into building a ton of Goliaths in case there's a big Mutalist switch again. And the Goliaths do not help you against the ground army. And that is the problem. Now, where are the queens? I want to see an infest. I want to see an infest before the end of the game. I don't think his queens are with his army. Where are the queens? Where are the queens? Huh? Am I blind? Did he just lose all his queens or something? Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okay. I'm like, where are his queens? I don't understand. How did they die? Okay, now Eon Zerg has actually got a lot of his army way away from home. So this could actually not go, or this may go very badly. We've got a big drop coming in. A lot of, oh my god, a lot of turrets here going to help this out a little bit. But this army at his front door is very, very strong. Now there should be enough energy for Infest soon on a good amount of these queens already. And if he infests these tanks, it's going to be game over. But another set of units heading into the natural.
Reporting for duty.
He does not even need the Broodling. Yeah, Broodling the tanks is what I meant to say. But yeah, GG, well played. The command center goes down, SCV Force taps out, and Eon Zerg stays in the game. Is he going to stay in and give us a late... Oh no. I thought he was going to infest, but we'll be back in a moment. Thank you for the raid, Blackman PL. I'll be back in a few minutes with game number 4. Okay guys, welcome back. We're going into game number 4. Nazar won the series 3-0, but this is going to be a game that counts towards as well. Can Sai get a win on the board? It's going to be tough. Praise against Dragon. Let's get into it. Okay, starting us off in the 12 o'clock position, we have in the red, fighting for Naz, it's their captain, it's Dragon. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner of Triathlon in the blue, fighting for Sai, fighting for a bit of pride here, it's Praise. To answer Denzi's question in chat, do you still get Lucozade in glass balls or cans in England? I have no idea. The last time I went to a shop was over a year ago. Admittedly, I think I was in a shop like maybe a few months ago, but I didn't look for Lucozade. I think, at least from previous experience, it's mostly the plastic bottles that we get Lucozade in. I don't think I've ever seen a glass bottle of Lucozade, to be fair. Okay, so what's going on here? We've got Dragon going to be building at the top of this ramp. Now, one interesting thing about Triathlon, if you've not seen it before, there is an in-base hatchery, an in-base expansion. If you're wondering why the drone was bugged out, if you look closely, there are hidden eggs underneath the neutral arbiters there, which make it so normal units can't walk through, but you can mineral walk over using the gas. The Dragon is going to be expanding to there as his natural, while holding his ramp with most likely a cannon or two and a lot of zealots. The one good thing about the way this map operates is very difficult for Zerg to Hydra Bust, but the Protoss can realistically expand to their front natural if they want to, because the back base is actually a low gas base, so it can be useful to have a look there. Now, there's a few different areas where the neutral arbiters come into play on this map, which is kind of cool. Protoss can mind control the arbiters as well. The one problem is, because it's not on UMS, you don't get the upgrades from the arbiter, but you do get the energy, which means if you've got the upgrades already, you can actually get a ton of energy on your arbiter right away. And it means, as Protoss, you don't need a Stargate to build an arbiter, at least one. So it's actually pretty cool. You can get some free cloak against Zerg, which is an amazing tool. But it does require you to build mind control, which obviously does cost money. But I seriously feel like Dark Archons should like have a way bigger place in PvZ than they do. Dark Archons are so good. Like, every time you see a Dark Archon be used, like, it's always massive value. Especially late game with feedback as well. Like, feedback against Zerg is quite possibly one of the best spells in the game. Thing is, Mind Flayer, you do need 2 DTs, time to morph the Dark Archon, the MC upgrade, and time to build energy. But you don't need the Stargate or the Arbiter Tribunal. So if you're getting a Dark Archon anyway, it's a great choice. Because you're not spending the gas on the Arbiter either. Like, you can get the Arbiter Tribunal anyway, but it just gives you additional Arbiters, right? There's no reason not to do it. If you're going to get Dark Archons anyway. We've got a lot of Lings coming in here now. We've got 2 Zealots and a Probe blocking the ramp. Praise coming in here with a lot of Lings here. Are they going to be able to break the ramp is going to be an interesting question. Another Probe going to be helping out. There's actually a gap on the ramp here. Dragon going to be feeling a little bit awkward about that, but doesn't let too many Lings into his main. There is a pylon here that will help him defend against this as well. Stops the Lings running around. This map is older than Innikovin. This map is from 2009, if I remember correctly. Thing is, Mind Flayer, you may say you don't need Arbiter in PvZ, but it's pretty good. Like, if you're Lurker contained, Arbiter on Recall is incredible. Like, it's so good. Like, Zerg never have any units in their main to defend against an Arbiter Recall. More Lings coming in at the front. This time he does have the 3 Zealots at the front here to help defend this. The Zealots are moving forward, so they've actually opened up a path on the right-hand side again. So Lings are going to get back in the main. Praise is doing a pretty good job here. Cool, the Stargate in a bit of trouble. Zealot's going to be helping out here. Of course, they're going to be killing the first Overlord, but not really too much of a big deal. If we're going to go into the maths of like what it costs, obviously mind control is going to cost a lot of money, but it's still cheaper than the Stargate and the Tribunal and Arbiter, and also with 1 Dark Archon you can get yourself, so there's 3 Archons in each main, there's 2 extra ones, so there's actually, if I remember rightly, there's 3 Arbiters in each corner, so there's 12 Arbiters on the map you can take. And you can get Maelstrom after as well, yeah. Maelstrom is incredibly good. against Zerg, and then you get feedback and deal with Defilers. Dark Archons, man, I'm saying. We need a Dark Archon user to show us how it's done. Best is doing a pretty good job, but then he doesn't use them all that often. Yeah, you maybe need the Arbiter upgrades anyway, but you can still get the cloaking. And how often does Zerg actually run around with Overlords with their army? Oh, actually quite often because of Observers. Ignore me. Whatever, I just want people to use Dark Archons, and this is a good map to use them on. If you can kill all the Overlords with, like, Overlords with Corsairs, man, then you're in a good spot. The cloaking gonna be perfect. Zealots getting into the natural, though. This is a big counter. Lots of Scourge and Muters going to be chasing. Imagine if you'd had Maelstrom right now. This is a very good map for mind control. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Jumpers in chat, man. Jumpers agreeing with me. Oh, the Scourge getting on top of the Corsairs, but oh my god, the Jukes from Dragon going to keep his Corsairs alive. Only taking 2 of the Scourge hits, the natural goes down, and the Zealots are going to get into the main. GG, Praise taps out, Dragon wins game at number 4, and Naz take a 4-0 sweep against Sai. Yeah, let's quickly add that victory there for Dragon as well. Dragon once again just showing why he's so unbelievably good in PvZ. Like, he took a little bit of damage early on, but he didn't care. He just came back and won anyway. That's going to be it for the first series of today. Striker with a win over Mitak, Whip with a win over Michael, Eon Zerg with a win over SCV Force, Dragon with a win over Praise. The next series is between possibly the 2 favorite teams in the SCPL Season 5. You won't want to miss it. They're not at the top of the scoreboard at the moment. They're both struggling a little bit, but they're going to be vying for their place higher in the seeds, most likely for playoffs, because they are such strong teams. They probably will make it into the top 6. If they don't, I would be surprised. We have an incredible lineup of players. Just to quickly go through it, we have versus Muteli, Ample versus Speedy, Shiny versus 973, Barracks versus Haya. Haya being the Wiko Haya, not Mulgogi, who is the white Haya, who is the one everyone knows. But still, some incredible players. That is Ample and Barracks from the ASL, so it's going to be kind of cool. We'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys in in about 5 minutes for series number 2. Don't go anywhere.
There's been a kidnapping. It's Rachel, the daughter of the president of Cercia. Get into the castle and rescue Rachel.
Sometime, somewhere, someone is plotting a government overthrow. A small republic is in danger. It's time for the one-man army.
Richard Miller.
She must be dead by now.
Don't come!
Rachel McPherson. Since you have traveled so very far, be my guest and let me entertain you. Cherudo Gatto. Just to be sure. Wild Dog. This nation will soon be mine. The taste of revenge is sweet. Your father will pay the price for destroying the Imperial rule. What happened?
We've been invaded.
What?
Never mind. My men will gun him down.
STP. Okay guys, welcome back. We're coming into our second series of today. It's Starcast TV Stars SCTV against Wiko. It's going to be an amazing matchup. We've got a ZVZ to start us off, YapzAp versus Mutali, a TVP, Ample versus Speed, a TVZ between SimSim and 973, and a TVP between Barracks and Haya. Really sick lineup. We've got so many Terrans as well, which makes me very happy because I love watching Terran games. And it's going to be a great one. So let's actually get straight into the game. So we'll just have a look at the first map. Holy World SE is going to be the map of choice here. Could we... Oh, it's a ZVZ. I don't think we'll see an Infest, but you never know. Hopefully we will. Let's get into it. ZVZ, game number 1, YapzAp versus Mutali. Okay, starting us off here in the bottom left-hand corner in the green, fighting for Starcast, it is YapzAp. And his opponent spawning up here in the bottom, or the top left-hand corner, fighting for Wiko, it's Mutali. Okay, so let's keep an eye out for the build orders. Last time we had some weird like 10 hatch, 10 pool build that I'd not seen before. Looks like we do have YapzAp doing the drone or the lava trick to get the drones to spawn a little bit closer to the things, and it looks like YapzAp is doing exactly the same thing. Sorry, Mutali and YapzAp, I got the names around the wrong way. Both players going up to 12 drones to begin with a 12 hatch from YapzAp here. Mutali also going for a 12 hatch. Now immediately after, YapzAp went for an 11 hatch, so 11 hatch against 12 hatch, which is going to be a little bit stronger. YapzOp getting his pool on 10 supply somehow. Where did the other supply disappear to? I don't really know. But looks like Mutali getting ready to do the same thing. Tried to build his gas, but it got cancelled because he built a drone. So there we go. Mutali with a little bit of an advantage moving forward in this game so far. He's got one additional drone for the time being, although that's now kind of gone up against itself. Both of them essentially doing mirror builds, so not really too much else to talk about there. No scout advantage either. Neither player getting the first scout is a pretty big deal. Sorry, can't see it. Mutali with a big advantage. A massive advantage. His Overlord was so fast, I can't even see it on the minimap because it's within YapzOp's hatchery. So there we go. Full information here for Mutali. He's going to be able to see the number of drones, see the number of lings that are going to be popping out, see the lair timing, and see when the drones get pulled off of gas, if they get pulled off of gas. So it's actually going to be lair first for both players. No ling speed here. Complete polar opposite of the previous game where we saw someone ling all in. So it's lending towards being a pretty long ZVZ here, which is always nice to see. Funnily enough, YapzOp is unable to drone up as much as he wants to because he is unsure of what his opponent is doing. Now both players have actually ended up building the same number of lings, which works out for YapzOp, but Mutali going to be the one being a little bit more aggressive here. I think maybe he got an extra set. No, he didn't. He just got an extra drone, so he's one less set of lings. Yeah, it's 8 lings against 6. So he can't actually afford to be aggressive here. Does need to be careful. Now, Mutali is being incredibly aggressive with his Overlords here. Now, of course, you can fly them away when lair is done, but he's going to be using his Overlords to see what's happening in the natural as well. And as the game goes further on, that's actually going to put his Overlords at more of a risk than what he would normally have. Now, both players even on drones again. A little bit of a supply advantage here, though, for Mutali, as YapzOp gets an additional drone. Spire coming in for Mutali already. Spire coming in for YapzOp a little bit sooner. So, looks like we do have that earlier layer coming into advantage a little bit. Not the biggest of deals, but maybe will lead into something a little bit later on. Now we know the Spire's on the way. We're going to see Mutali try and fly his Overlords away. Now this Overlord is 100% going to die. It doesn't matter where he flies it to. There is no way that is escaping. This Overlord might get away, but I think that's dead as well. Now, YapzOp has done a better job of moving his Overlord away quicker. And he didn't actually send his second Overlord into the natural. So both his Overlords should actually manage to survive here. He will have quicker mutas, so he will be able to be a little bit more aggressive with them at the beginning of the game. Now, I'm really hoping we see an ace match here. We just saw a 4-0. So seeing a 2-2 into an ace match would be perfect. Now, it looks like YapzOp with a few more drones here, with a few more lings, is going to kind of take the advantage in this early ling skirmish. Looks like Mutali is going to head back to his natural. There's no sunken here. Is he going to wall in or something? No, he's actually going to give up his natural. At least for the time being. The drones can be used from behind the lings to actually attack. Using his hatchery to kind of create a little bit of a buffer. Drones not actually able to help in this engagement whatsoever. Not really able to glitch anything out either. So I think YapzOp has a big advantage. Now, drone's going to be eating some of the hits from the lings here, but now so many lings are left over. The first mutless will come out. 4 mutas here for Mutali. One of the drones goes down the natural. Second drone going to be going down as well, most likely. But most of the lings in the main get cleaned up, and second drone does go down. Third drone goes down. And now YapzOp is in an incredible position. Now, because Mutali has got a few additional mutas a little bit quicker, he has got the Mutalisk advantage for the time being, and it looks like YapzOp hasn't actually managed to find both of those Overlords. He found one of them, and the second one did manage to get away. It did take a little bit of damage, but YapzOp playing a little bit defensive, moving back to make sure he doesn't die to a counter. That's actually a pretty good choice. Now, he is mining from his gas. Mutali is only just now mining, so YapzOp with that advantage as well as we get further into the game. 2 Overlords in the top left-hand corner, not really going to be able to do too much, but should be safe. from any additional engagements. Now, Mutali is actually droning up a little bit here now. I don't know if this is going to work out too well. It's kind of risky to drone when you're both going muteless at this point, but that extra drone may come into effect. His gas is lower, but he should be able to get a few more additional mutalisks. It's 9 muters against 9 muters, but we also have 6 Scourge. A 10th muter pops in as well. No Scourge so far from Mutali's side. Looks like he did get his muters a little bit quicker, but going for Scourge a little bit later. Now, while he is building Scourge, it does give YapzOp the opportunity to try and build up his drone count if he wants to. But here we go. The first major muteless fight could be happening here. Looks like, oh, the Scourge getting so close. Nice micro. Oh my god, nice micro from YapzOp as well. But here we go. Looks like the engagement coming in. Scourge actually connecting on one of the muters there. But, oh, this is not looking good. Trying to keep an eye on both of the mutelisks here. It's kind of difficult when they're on top of each other. It's so hard to tell what's going on. You just kind of have to look and pray. Looks like good micro, getting a lot of Scourge connections. Mutali is killing it in these fights. Looks like we do have both players trading quite evenly there. 5 muters left against 5. Mutali getting an extra Scourge connection, giving him the overall advantage. And with that additional drone, he's actually in a good spot here to move forward in the game. We've got an additional 2 new muteless coming in. Obviously, by the time they engage again, these 2 muteless should be closer to full health. But that was actually a very good engagement. They traded so unbelievably even. Just a little bit of extra damage from Mutali on YapzOp. Could that be the difference? Mutali has been building up a lot of Lings behind this to try and go for an engagement. These Lings are going to be soaking some of the hits from the muters. Gets another Overlord. YapzOp is going to find himself supply blocked. Oh my god, he's going to lose another Overlord. This could be enough to actually win the game. Losing these Overlords in the middle of the map is a massive, massive problem. 1 Ling gets into the main. This is not the biggest deal, but it's still annoying. He can't bring his muteless back to defend against it because they have to defend the natural. He doesn't know where Mutali's muters are, and he cannot deal with them right now. Naz1 4-0 against Sai Diggity. I don't think anyone's really surprised by that result, but looks like we are going to have the Overlord actually soaking up one of the Scourge. Not really sure I agree with that. Oh, Scourge connecting though. Oh my god, this is such a close engagement. I'm going to hide the supplies because I don't want to see this. I want to get confused as hell. Nice engagement by Mutali though. Looks like he is coming out on top. I think this should... Is this an even trade again? It's actually a better trade for Mutali. For YapzOp this time. While this has been going on, some Lings actually got into the natural, killed a few drones. And YapzOp has swung the game back in his favor. That's insane. These 2 players are so good at ZBZ. YapzOp definitely coming out ahead now though. 5 supply ahead. Mutali building a few more Lings. I'm not really sure I agree with that. You should really be droning back up. But Mutali is kind of betting all on these Lings and the muters being able to do something together. And I'm not so sure it's going to work out very well. If he can get in with the Lings, he can make something happen, but the muters have to take control of the board. It is 8 muters against 5. This is not an engagement that Mutali is going to be able to take. Lings get into the main, they're going to do absolutely no damage. And I think this could be the final straw. YapzOp is slowly getting further and further ahead. Mutali is droned back up, but once again his muter count is much lower. It's 9 muters and a ton of Scourge against just 6. If an engagement comes to his door right here, right now, he is not going to be able to hold on to this. He's going to lose his drones in his main, and I think this could be all that she wrote. Scourge connections though, not bad. Mutali actually manages to hold on just about. It's 8 muters against 10. Scourge here as well, but some of Mutali's muters and some of YapzOp's muters are actually quite low. But this is it. This is going to be GG. All of the muters fall for Mutali, and YapzOp is going to kill every single drone in this main, completely uncontested. And that is going to be game over. GG. WW is called. That's going to be the end of game 1. We'll be back with game number 2. It's Ample versus Speed when we get back after this short break. It's going to be a PBT on Blue Storm. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 2 between SCTV and Wiko. Starting us off in the bottom left hand corner, in the blue, fighting for Wiko. It's Speed. And their opponent spawning off in the top right hand corner, fighting for SCTV. He had trouble making his clan tag on Battle.net for some reason on Europe. It's going to be Ample. And this probe is up to shenanigans. There's going to be Proxy 2 gate in the middle of the map, most likely. Look at this. Oh, you can't even fit. Can you fit 2 gates here? Is Ample going to scout for this? He's not walling in. I mean, most Korean Terran players don't wall in. He will build his barracks here and then another depot there to make a wall. But you can actually Zealot type wall your choke here. It's a depot there and a barracks. I do that every time I play this map because I'm not good enough to micro marines. Now I've not played in a very long time. It's only going to be 1 proxy gate. Ample checking up here for proxy gates. Gonna go back. He's like, is he proxying me? No. Okay, I'm gonna build 1 barracks. He's even gonna check in his main. Oh no, he sees the probe, so he should know that this is a fairly standard build. Does Ample go and scout the proxy though? I really want to see if he goes up here. Let's watch his vision. Oh my god, he doesn't check for the proxy. Oh no. Heartbreaker. He's gonna see eventually there's no gateway in the main, so he's gonna know anyway. But knowing a little bit sooner just makes it better. Like, just knowing that you're gonna have to micro like a madman is a good enough thing. But Ample is an ASL qualified player. He should be prepared for this kind of stuff. Speed obviously plays quite a lot on the Korean ladder. I wonder if these players meet at all. He's being really annoying with the probe though. This is the Devil probe. Is he going to kill the SCV? Oh my god, he's going to kill the SCV, isn't he? Nope, he's going to let it live. Second depot coming in. This is going to create that wall I did mention before. But the probe is going to get away. The first Zealot is already up here. The probe is going to come back and go get some get some shields. Not going to build a pylon or like a shield battery or anything, but this Zealot's going after the SCV. Where is it? This is the SCV. Can he find it? I don't even know where it is. I've clicked on it and I can't even see it. Oh, it's down at the bottom. Looks like he's not going to be able to do it. Speed is doing his best to try and micro his heart out here to get damage, but Ample, his marine micro is incredible here using this wall. Zealots aren't able to find any damage. We do have the first core on the way. Pylon coming up to help him build other buildings in his main base as well. Now, Ample could actually proxy a factory here, and that would be incredible. But he is going to be building a factory in his main base. Fairly standard so far from Ample. This Zealot, unfortunately, not going to be able to do any damage. Third Zealot going to come in. Now, when 3 Zealots get here, it can be a little bit dangerous. But unfortunately for him, the Marines could walk through this wall. So, Zealots, not the best units in this situation. But it does keep Ample busy. Now, Ample is saving up. Is he going to proxy a second factory? I think he is. Maybe not. Maybe not. Never mind. I mean, he is microing his Marine still, but he was saving up quite a lot there, going for a first Vulture. He's not going to be able to expand anytime soon, because there's going to be a Dragoon coming to his base in a second, but he's got enough for a factory. Oh no, he's just going to walk the SCV in. He's going to go for a scout, and then probably run back out again. No 2-fact play here, but Vulture coming out, going to help out clean up all of these Zealots. This is so many Marines, by the way. This Dragoon is not going to be able to do anything. The Zealots, unfortunately, all going down. And Speed is looking at a lot of trouble right now, because this Dragoon, not very good right now against this many Marines. Oh my god, it's even going to take a load of damage. Well, he gets on the high ground, but he's taken so much damage already. 1 kill from the Vulture. That's going to clean that up. The SCV is still alive. Vulture's still alive as well. Now, the Vulture... Oh my god, if the Vulture gets into the main base, that's going to be game over. He doesn't have any units back here. Oh no, he doesn't! He misses the shot! Oh no! Oh, that Vulture is going to get into his mineral line. There's no second gateway here just yet, so there's going to be nothing to stop this Vulture running in and killing probes. Probes are going to have to snipe it. A Dragoon comes out, immediately gets surrounded. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful play. Second Dragoon going to be running back to try and defend it. Not going to be able to do anything. Oh, he's walled it in. Look at this. He knows how much damage that one Vulture can do. He's completely walled himself in. And the trouble is, he can't afford to cancel the gateway. He's going to have to... Oh, he cancels. He's going to hope that Ample doesn't come back in. But Ample already laying mines, just being annoying. The gateway goes down. And this is what happens when proxying doesn't win the game. It puts you at a very, very big disadvantage. We're heading up to the 6-minute mark. Vulture get... Wait. Probe killed the Vulture. Look at that. Hero. This Dragoon... This Dragoon has killed 7 units. About to be 8. Could be 9. Can he get the 9th? Yes, he can. But the mine! Oh, 9 kills. Dies to a mine. There's mines everywhere. A Dragoon came out the natural... out of the gateway, and a Vulture is killing everything right now. 3 kills. Gonna be 4. Gonna be 5. This Vulture can kill as many probes as it wants. There are no numbers of Dragoons that can defend against this. We have a Nexus coming up at the 3rd base. This is going to go down. And this is game over. Ample is too far ahead now. There is nothing Speed can do. This Dragoon is going to come out and immediately die. This is going to be hilarious to watch, because he is going to try and waddle it up to defend. It's going to spawn on a mine. There we go. GG. Doesn't get hit by the mine. Speed taps out. SCTV go up 2-0.
You got it? Ready? Ready?
Okay guys, welcome back. We are heading into we're in game number 3 between SCTV and Wiko. Starting us off in the top right hand corner in the purple, it's 973. And in the top left hand corner, fighting for Starcast, it's their Terran, well, it's one of their Terran players, it's SimSim. Okay, TVZ on this map can be a little bit difficult sometimes, as we saw in the previous TVZ. We saw SCV Force try and go mech against Eon Zerg, which did not work in any way, shape or form. It was a little bit poor, but Eon Zerg, of course, one of the best foreign players outside of Korea, so it was always going to be a tough matchup for SCV Force. He did pretty well given the circumstances, but unfortunately just couldn't find an edge to give him that lead. Now 973, a pretty good Zerg player, hasn't really qualified for any of the major tournaments, neither has SimSim, but both of them are very, very good amateur players. So really looking forward to this. 973 obviously named himself after the build that all the Zerg players were doing for a good period of time, where they were just beating like Protoss every single game with the same build. We do have a lot of drones coming in. It's going to be a 12 hatch. Very standard. Meanwhile, we have 2 barracks in the middle of the map. SimSim wants to end this game quickly. Now, he doesn't know where his opponent is. It looks like he might last scout. He is going to scout bottom left and most probably bottom right first. Oh, wait. He's come back. Why did he come back? Oh, he was checking for an Overlord, I think, and now he's hiding his SCVs. Okay, this is weird. Where is he going to go? Okay, he does go bottom left still. Now, I highly doubt that 973 is going to check the middle of the map. But this is a last scout from SimSim. So SimSim's 2 barracks may be stopped here, but you need to pull drones. And you need to not lose too many. It is such a dance of death here for Zerg. The spawning pool is not yet done. Lings will not come out until there's at least 6 Marines. 7 Marines even. The Overlord getting caught off guard, gonna supply block 973. 973 cancels his hatchery. He does not want to deal with that. He's building a creep colony in his main. This is not the standard response to this, but he knows he's in a lot of trouble. Sunken colony coming in. It's not going to finish. His Sunken is not going to finish. He's only got 2 Lings coming in. The drones are pulling. Can he survive long enough for his Sunken to finish? Yes, he can. This could be enough to hold on, but he is so far behind right now. Oh my goodness. The Marines are actually... Oh my god, he's going to kill the spawning pool. But there's another Sunken. The Sunken finishes. Can he survive? The SCV, this is so close. The drones have been pulled as well. They're going to be helping out. The Sunken doing so much damage. The Sunken going to fall, but all of the Marines have fallen as well. What is happening in this game? I have no idea how to call this. No! The drones just need 1 more hit. Oh, he gets it, but loses a drone. But the SCV goes down as well. Lair is finished, but it's one base lair with 2 Sunkens that were forced. Can 973 somehow come back from this? You would never normally see a hatchery cancel against an 8 racks, but against the 2 racks, there's pretty much nothing you can do. You're going to lose it. Cancelling the hatchery gave him enough money to build the Sunkens. We have gas coming up at home, Academy coming in as well. He is going to continue to be aggressive here. There is going to be no second gas coming up anytime soon for 973, and 973 is going to have to hold on for dear life. Obviously, he does have more drones. He didn't lose that many either. Sim, his tech is not going to be there, but he's going for bio, so it's not the biggest of deals. Now, it looks like we're going to get a Spire coming up here. Yep, Spire coming up on the dead Sunken. The first 2 medics are going to be on the way here, which is going to cause these Sunkens a lot of trouble. He should. Realistically, he needs another Sunken. If we see Stim, which we will, obviously the Ling in the main base does see this coming in. But it's 8 SCVs. He stopped building SCVs. Like, this isn't all in. Sim has to win the game with this. Now, this is why we need the creep colonies. You need 2 or 3. All you have to do is hold on to this Stim push. The first 2 medics coming out, there's going to be 2 Firebats on here as well, most likely. All you have to do is survive this and you win. And it looks like that's what we're going to see. Sunkens coming up everywhere. This Sunken is near full health again. The Spire has to survive. If he can somehow get past these Sunkens, 973 is dead. He's going to build another Sunken as well. He knows how serious this is. The Marines at the front going to be kept alive, but oh, that's nice target firing by that Sunken on the medic. The medic is all that matters here. 1 medic can out-heal 1 Sunken. Stim coming in. He's going to try and... oh, he tries to go past the Sunkens. The Lings get in the way, though. What a great move. Looks like the Marines are going to be able to go past. There is still a Sunken here. The second Sunken going to be helping out as well. The Lings should be waiting for the Sunkens, but it looks like they're going to be going in anyway. And it looks like this push is dead. There's no more SCVs coming in at home. The drones pull back. They're going to just stay on the gas for a while until the Lings spawn. And this should be more than enough. GG, 973 wins, keeps Weeko in the series. And Sim take their first loss in the series. We'll be back in a few minutes with game number 4. It's going to be Barracks versus Higher, so see you guys soon. Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, fighting for StarCast. It's the ASL King KT, or XKT, Terran player, it's Barracks. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right hand corner, not the pro player hire that you all know from Oz back in the day. It's actually a different hire, Awiko in the red, as our Protoss player. Yeah, I also realized when I put Barrack's name in the database, I forgot the S, so he's just Barrack. But then in game he's Barracks because StarCast is too long, so he can't put his full name in, so it's just great. Yeah, it's not the other hire, but it's a TVP. And the last time someone called Hire played on Triathlon against a Protoss player, there was Ghosts. Hire versus Free. Let's hope we get to see that. Obviously the wrong race for Hire, but oh well. Maybe we'll see some mind control. Mind control on the Arbors, let's go. But to answer your question, heck in a handbag, the Zelda Tetris game on stream was the Tetris DS on the Nintendo DS. A great version of Tetris, one of my favorites actually, and it is Nintendo themed and it is brilliant. If you can ever find a copy, do play it. I played so many hours of that game. That's why I played it on emulator for a bit, because I was like, I love this game so much, I want to play it again. But then the more I watch myself play that, because I really need to re-record myself playing Tetris when I'm playing better, because the more I see the footage of me playing Tetris, the more I would like wince at how badly I play the game. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing there? Why am I dropping that piece there? Like, this is not good. Why? What am I doing, you know? Okay, fairly standard opening. We have Hire going for a gate into a Nexus. This Nexus is behind. There's actually hidden eggs here, which are blocked, and looks like we're going to see the same thing for Barracks. He's going to go for a Rax expand into gas. Going to wall in with a Barracks and a depot. Not a proper wall in, but does give you the little area which you can use. It was a Nexus first, sorry. My bad. Nexus first into gate. Not really much you can do on this map against that though, so and especially with the fact that Barracks went for a Rax expand, he's not going to be able to pull SCVs and go for a Vulture or anything. And even if you do, you can't get up the ramp, so that ain't going to do anything. Both players starting greedy. Love to see it. Usually leads to different games, but you can see here, if you look closely, there's the kid Nex. He uses the gas to mineral walk through and check that there is a Nexus up there. Sees it's finished, so he knows what build his opponent's done. I'm starting to lose my voice as well. Nearly 2 hours into the cast. I've not done too badly so far, but I went to get some water during the break there, which I should have done earlier, to be fair. I also drank some apple juice. Now, what I used to do was drink apple juice while casting. It was always tasty. And then one day, I spilt it everywhere, and since then I've vowed to never ever have apple juice at my desk again. Ever. Especially now my desk is covered in my figures as well, because I'm still waiting to build my bookcase. And I've still not done that, so I have over 18 androids on my desk, and if they get covered in apple juice, then that's not good. Okay, first two factories on the way, and yeah, it was bad. Someone clipped it. It's probably still in my clips somewhere, where all of a sudden you just hear like bang, and then me just say like, oh fuck. And then I disappear for like 20 minutes while I'm trying to clean it all. I had to take all the keys off my keyboard and wash them all individually. Oh, that was not fun. That was a horrible set of days. Luckily enough, I was off work at the time, so I could do it while I was on holiday, but that was kind of a waste of a day. But the SCV gets in, scouts everything still, does get taken down. That was actually a couple of years ago, I think, at this point. Now, we do have OBS coming in first, so it's going to be 2 gate OBS for the time being. Second gate is coming in. Now he's not going to mind control the Arbiter, he's going to kill it. And then he's going to kill the eggs that spawn underneath. They do have 20 armor or something stupid like that, so... The Zest Warrior says denture cleaning tablets work well for cleaning keycaps. That's actually a really useful bit of information. I did not know that. Now we do have a pylon being added here to defend against a possible drop. Now we know there's no drop coming, but it is Vulture first. Vulture first opening with mines and speed is going to allow him to clear up most things. Now we do have a drop, so ignore me. I completely missed this on the minimap, but that means we are going to see a dropship coming in. But by killing these eggs, he's going to be able to get his units up here to defend this. So... That's definitely a lot better. Sorry, my brain is like falling apart today. I had a pretty shitty day at work, so not doing too good, but quality of the games has kind of woken me up a little bit at the very least. I just had to deal with some middle management stuff that's obviously very annoying to deal with. We have a support May coming up in the naturals, so there's going to be Reavers coming up behind this, shuttle speed as well. The Observer, oh my god, the Observer sees the drop as well. There we go. Okay, he's going to pull all of his units back here to defend this. There are mines and speed, but the dropship goes down. No further drops are coming in here. First mine does go off, but it's not going to be too big of a deal. We've only seen 1 or 2 probes die. 3 probes, 4 probes does he get? No, he doesn't. Perfect defense. Absolutely perfect defense. Now, doing a drop that doesn't work puts you at an incredible disadvantage as Terran, because if you think, the dropship and the starport, that could be 2 additional factories. Look how slowly Marines kill these eggs, by the way. These eggs have like 20 armor. The Marines don't even do a full damage per shot, if I remember rightly. Now, Haya doing a really, really good job cleaning up these mines. Now, the good thing for us is if Haya can win this, we are going to an ace match. Now, I would love to see that. Now, this mine, if a Zealot decides to run up here, it's game over. He needed to clear this out. This is not good. He had to clear that mine. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh no. He knows, I think he knows it's there. He's trying to micro against it, but I'm really not happy with how that's oh my god, he catches the dropship. What a move. What a play. Second drop gonna do nothing by the looks of it. He's taking a tank and 2 vultures. Now he can land the tank here and siege down this pylon on the Dragoon. Oh yeah, okay, he's gonna kill the pylon. That's basically all he can do with this drop, so that's gonna do nothing. We've got +1 attack coming in, of course, because he went starport. And dropship to dropship, his upgrades are heavily delayed. Science facilities on time though. The one benefit of going starport is you do of course get your science facility a little bit quicker. Command center up on the high ground, getting ready to expand. Not really going to be able to do too much, but by dropping here he stops the Protoss expanding here, which is good. Although I don't think we'd see that anytime soon. Now, third gas, not yet taken by Haya, building a cannon to help defend against drops at his front natural though. Observer seeing everything that's going on. And there we go. Here he's going to use that range of the siege tank to kill a pylon. I mean, realistically, this ain't going to do much. He did clear up that mine, but it's possible that mine hit the Dragoon. Because the Dragoon's taken damage. Quite a lot of it as well. That cannon essentially says any drop you do now is going to do no damage. Unless he drops like 3 dropships worth of units, he is not going to kill anything with that. Now the... I don't know if this is a bunker or a supply depot, but he killed it at the front. That's going to help him come in and try and expand. Looks like the... oh my god. That Observer getting a little bit close for comfort. He's going to be trying to break through to try and take out this one tank. The tank is unable to see the pylon, but... I mean, this is going well for Barracks so far. This is definitely something Haya doesn't want to be doing. He is in a good position, but now Barracks is on 3 base. If he can turtle up enough, then life is good. Now, unfortunately, there's a tank sieged where his command center wanted to land, so that's going to stop him being able to expand as easily. That tank and dropship still not doing anything, although I don't think they will do for now. We've got a 4th base coming from the middle of the map. Now this base is incredibly low on gas, but it does have a decent amount of minerals, so it's worth taking. Now there is a scan on the army, so I think Barracks is going to get ready to push out. His +1 is done. If he can push out and kill a large chunk of the army, he can secure his base here, and possibly even secure this base as well. Now when you're in 5 base against a 3 base Protoss, you're in a good spot. Obviously there is 4 base now, sorry. But the Protoss is going to find it troublesome to try and expand again. There's no real easily expandable bases. There's the base down here which should be able to be taken, but with the dropship in play it's quite difficult. Because if a drop goes there, you can just kind of stop everything. Barracks getting ready to expand to a 4th immediately, although building a turret first, just to help defend. This seems a little bit wasteful. A lot of observers watching the army. Not looking at much else, but here comes the probe, getting ready to expand. Scouting around to make sure there's no units there. 5th Nexus coming up. Dropship comes back home as well. He brings all of his units back. So that's pretty good. They're going to help his army at the very least. And that's going to allow him to take this base as well. Even a Wraith here, this is actually quite a good addition. It can help against killing observers and shuttles. Quite strong air-to-air, 20 damage per hit. Really, really nice against a unit that has 3 hits worth of health, essentially. Now, I really like this push forward by Barracks. He is in a very good spot to expand again. Now, back at home, damn, I was really hoping we'd see a covert ops there, but no covert ops. He's going to be playing this straight up. We've got, of course, 2-1 coming in. Oh, looks like we're going to have a big engagement, but no. Higher? Not choosing to do the right thing there. Gets a brilliant storm, though. When you commit against this many tanks, you have to commit. The second your army starts taking damage, you are going to be losing units left and right. And that is something he cannot afford to do. This is such a slow push. But look at the... just look at the spread of these tanks. Absolutely perfect. Storm is going to be doing nothing against those, and Higher is going to be in a weird position now. We do have another gateway coming in. He doesn't have a Stargate. Oh, and he's not mining at the bottom base either. Oh, this is a big mistake. This is a big, big mistake. He could be in a much better position right now than he is. He would be building up a big bank. With no Stargate, he's got no Arbiter, no carrier tech, and he is going to be playing the old Kingdom style, hoping to get money storms. Which I don't think he's going to get against a player like Barracks. I mean, look at the tank spread. It's not as good here. But the tanks aren't siege, so they can just move. So it's not really a big deal. Now, the 2 observers still feeling a little bit wasteful, but there's not really much he can do with the other ones. Haya should really be looking to expand somewhere else as well. He's got another base. If he can get a load of gateways in the bottom left, that'd be good. Storm on the Vultures, not going to be a bad choice. Let's zoom out here. Zealots getting on top of the front tanks. This is going to help a lot. Big Storm on the back tanks. Big Storm on the Vultures again. But it's mostly Dragoons against mostly tanks. I think this is where he should move back. He's killed a lot of tanks here, but moving forward, he's going to lose all his goons. And oh my god, he's attacking one of his own... Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. He does kill all the tanks. He's going to kill this base. The Dragoon doesn't die. The shuttle does go down though, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but does get the base. Higher in a good position. A good spot is what I wanted to say. That was an incredible engagement. Incredible. But he can't play too aggressive. He has to now expand. He's expanding to the middle. He really should be taking the other main and just building a ton of gateways there. And yeah, Mac Minotaur, I agree, that did not look like it was going to work, but it did. Now, he's not building Arbiters, but if he could go for a mind control, he would be in a good spot. But looks like Barracks getting ready to expand again, pushing forward, doesn't have that many tanks. If Haya can bring all of his units together, maybe he can make... something work. Lucky Noob saying I'm not here for a few games. And Kix does extreme zoom out. I like watching Brood War in zoomed out. Like, I don't know why. I think I prefer it. Like, this is too zoomed in for me now. Like, you can't catch everything. I mean, it's still good, it looks nice, but... yeah, zooming out like this is really, really good. Lucky Noob loves the maximum zoom in. Oh, that does not surprise me. Lots of gateways here. We've got 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 gateways in the main. Stargate finally in the natural. Additional shuttle coming in as well, so he's going to be getting ready, but there's no shuttle speed. He never got shuttle speed from his Robo Support Bay, which he cancelled. So he never got the Robo Support Bay in the end. Now we do have a base coming up here on the right hand side with an expansion in, but Haya can actually take that out pretty easily. Apparently Lucky Noob is far away from his monitor, so it's harder to see. That's kind of funny. Now, we don't have many turrets at the natural, we don't have many turrets in the main either, so if he can get some recalls coming in, he's going to be in a good spot. But I think he's probably going stasis first. Although he could have both. Let's actually zoom out just a little bit more. Big engagement coming in again. Nice. Zealot, oh my god, that Zealot bomb was massive. The mines were absolutely insane. But things are looking a little bit better. Storm on the front tank, should be on the back. Zealot's getting on top, but going to be falling back. Barracks definitely getting the better end of that engagement as well. Looks like 3-1 is done, so the tank's doing a lot of damage. 2-1 upgrades actually for the Protoss, not too bad. But Haya's slowly starting to see the limitations of not going for those big Arbiter plays early on. No stasis really hurt him in that engagement. But Nexus coming up on the left-hand side. We've got a lot of gateways coming up in this other main as well. And when you start getting 2 gateway farms, Terran start to feel the pain. Because all of a sudden, if you push one way, units can come from the other and surround you, essentially. And it's so hard to deal with. Now, we do have turrets coming up on this base up here. If he could only just drop, like, a single Zealot, that could stop everything. But unfortunately, his shuttle isn't there. I don't think he knows about this base either. I don't think he's quite seen it. He's got an observer there, but it's not looking, really. Oh, and here we go. He moves in now, so he does know about it. The observer sees all of the SCVs. Imagine if he had, like, a storm drop ready, and he could just go across. Now, Barracks pushing across the top middle. The one problem Barracks is going to have, he can secure this base by pushing here, but he can't take any other bases. There's no other easy bases to take other than this one now for him. If he can get the base in the top left, that's good, but he's then splitting the map horizontally, and when you're against Arbiters, how do you defend that realistically as Terran? There is no number of turrets that will keep you alive against mass recall, and that looks like what he's going to try and do. He's pushing forward with a ton of turrets. The middle of this map is incredibly buildable. Turrets everywhere, vessels everywhere, mines everywhere as well. But he can't push now because the mines are in the way. You can hunt the Arbiters down with vessels, but that is so difficult to do. That is so hard now. This is not good. Storm. First Storm. Can he get a second one? Yes, he can, but it's on the wrong place. 2 High Templar going to go down here for free. We do have 4 Zealots going up to the top right-hand corner, but these probes going to start dying at this base. The Dragoons coming back going to help out a little bit, but while this is going on, Barracks could actually choose to push forward. Zealots coming in. Oh, the shuttle goes down. That's a big mistake. I mean, he's not building anything else with his Robo, so it's not the biggest deal, but definitely not someone you want. But this base is essentially forfeit. There is no eggs being killed here, so he can't come in and defend this base. Vultures can't get back in, and that is all of the SCVs mining from there going to be going. We've got the first recall in the main. Could this take us to an ace match? Haya in a very good spot now. This is a big recall. There's no units going back to defend this either. If he can stasis the ramp, that could very well be game over. He doesn't have a second Arbiter here, though. Does he even have a second Arbiter? If so, where is it? No, there's no stasis on the ramp coming, so this is not looking good. Now, he does not have the units to take out these units in the middle. He is going to heavily supply block Barracks. But it's not the end of the world. Barracks can, like, regen from here. He can actually take out the natural, but there's no units here anymore. Storm on the vessel and some of the... oh my god, this Is the vessel going to die to Storm? Very, very close, but he's going to defend the recall. He's going to defend the recall now. Haya is actually coming in with a lot of units that are not going to do anything, so he has to be careful. Dragoon's trying to defend, or trying to pull back. Oh, that's a juicy mine. Okay, that's a lot of dead Dragoons. Now, Haya has got a massive supply advantage. He's got so many gateways across both of his bases that he is going to be able to rebuild his army very, very quickly, but he doesn't have a lot of high-tech units. There's not many Storms here. There's only 2 Arbiters, and he's still going to be unable to break this position. He needs 2 armies worth of units here, and he's barely got 1. That is a 3-2 Terran mech army. And the Arbiter actually going to get a nice juicy stasis on 3 tanks? There should have been more there. Oh, he can't be afforded. He can't be losing these Arbiters. And he EMP on the first recall. Oh no, he's going to lose it to a turret. That is rough. This army is going to get melted here. And that's going to give Barracks a way back into this game. That was the worst possible engagement that he could have taken there. I mean, Storm is going to help out. It's going to clear some of the mines he's just laid, but he lost an Arbiter for free. He used his Arbiter with all the energy. Now, he is going to go in and try and take out this base on the right. It looks like he did manage to reclaim it. He opened up the eggs with vultures by the looks of it, and he is going to be able to reek through. But now we have Barracks, knowing that he's killed a ton of Protoss units, starting to march across the map here. And this is not going well. Haya has regained his supply, but he did not kill enough tanks in that engagement, and that is the problem he's got. Now, Zealot's going to come in here, help clean this up. We've got units coming down from the main. The Natural is going to go down as well. Zealot's getting caught up. Units do come in to defend this. The other units are going to go back home. He is going to have to try and secure this main on the left. There's not enough there's not enough, oh. Looks like these probes are a little bit stuck. Now, Zealot's coming down, but most of these tanks are unsieged, so the siege splash damage not going to be really helping out too much. Haya, not doing too badly, but unable to kill this base on the right-hand side. Barracks even repairing it just to be sure. And Haya, I mean, he's in an okay spot, but he lost another base. He did kill a bunch of tanks here. Now, all of a sudden, this position in the middle of the map is not looking very strong. He's going to pull back, regroup his forces. Oh, the mines! Oh! So much damage on these Zealots even. Oh my goodness, here we go. Mines once again. So many of the Zealots just melting here. He cannot take this engagement. He's going to fall back again. Oh my goodness, another mine going off on another Dragoon. Haya needs to try and stop Barracks somehow. Barracks' army is so strong though. And now Barracks is going to be the one on the aggression here. Oh my god, EMP. Oh, he does stasis, but the EMP goes off anyway. Oh my god, he could have stasised so much. Yeah, I mean, he did, but he needs to stasis for the tank, and he lost one. Now, General Stan 2 is saying in chat, Haya can afford bad trades. That is true up to a point. Haya cannot afford it too often, because every time he trades badly, Barracks gets more tanks. And if you're against this many tanks, it doesn't matter what army you've got as Protoss, you need more than one. And he does not have the bases to do that right now. Another EMP going off on another Arbiter, but I didn't think that Arbiter even had any energy, so not the biggest of deals. But it looks like he is going to be able to clear up a few of these units at the front, but you can really start to see that Haya's reinforcements are really starting to peter out here. Like, he can't get the units off of the bases he has. He needs this base in the bottom left. But Barracks is now essentially... I mean, if we zoom back in again... Okay, both players have mined out their Natural. Oh my god, that Arbiter killed a tank. The main's mined out, essentially, for both players. He never actually rebuilt his gas because it's depleted. The front Natural for Barracks is nearly gone as well. The front Natural for Haya is almost gone as well. Realistically, Haya is on 3 bases. 1, 2, this base is barely mining. 3. Barracks, however, is on 1, which is almost gone actually, 2. If Barracks can secure this base, he is going to be even, essentially, on mining bases with Haya. And when, I mean, look at the supplies. Before, when we saw Haya lose the engagements, he was maxed almost immediately. Now he's not. Barracks is keeping on par with Haya's supply now, and that means he is not in a good spot. Now, this High Templar is so lucky, but the Storm does nothing. Now, the one problem Barracks is going to have is for every moment he pushes left, his base on the right becomes very, very problematic. Now, oh my god, this base is going to go down. I think this could be the nail in the coffin. Haya needs this base to live. If this base goes down, Barracks is going to win. This is such a close game. 2 tanks here, going to be enough to scare away the Dragoons. Oh my god, and a mine going off on the back of them as well, just to add insult to injury. Haya is in so much trouble. He needs to panic build DTs from this base, I would say. He's got 2 storms. That's going to help him defend at the very least. But he has to storm perfectly. That's not a perfect storm. Can this one be? This one's a little bit better, but the tanks are going to survive it. Tanks getting on the high ground. Only 1 Dragoon up here. Oh, it looks like he will save the base, but he lost his natural. His second natural, I would say. This is still such a good game. Haya is so... I mean, Haya and Barracks are both so good here. Barracks definitely playing a little bit better. Barracks playing kind of out of his mind here to be able to win this game like this. But Barracks is low on bases. Oh, but no way! He groups his Arbiters again, and he loses another oh my god, he loses both of his stasises to EMP. Oh my god, and he loses a third one as well. Barracks with the insane EMPs this game has just completely dominated Haya's army once again. And I think that could very well be the nail in the coffin. There is nothing that Haya can do now. He doesn't have the money to rebuild. He doesn't have the energy for stasis. Every time he moves his Arbiters in, he moves them in a group and they all get EMP'd at once. That is what you can't do in PvT. Now, his main base is going to be in trouble on the bottom right. If he can somehow get units to this base in the top left, if only he had a shuttle with units, maybe he could make something happen here. Barracks is about to mine out most of his bases, but... yeah, Barracks has definitely played from behind here and come in a very, very good position. He's just not had the spells. And look at this, another EMP! He did not need that EMP, but you know what? It just stops recalls, it stops everything. And Haya doesn't have the units anymore, he doesn't have the money to rebuild. Look at this, he's not even building off a lot of his gateways. He can't afford it. He's got more gates than money, and Barracks, for the first time in a very long time, takes the... what am I trying to say? He takes the supply advantage. And I think this is the end of the game. I do not see a way out of this for Haya now. Barracks has played so unbelievably well. He's defended all of his bases. His EMPs have been absolutely perfect. And what a game. Unfortunately, it means we're not going to get the ace match here, but even Haya played incredibly well against someone who's made it to the ASL round of 16. Like, you can't... wait, did Barracks qualify for the round of 16? I can't remember. Either way, for someone who made it that far in ASL, Haya has come across against a very, very good player, and he has done a very good job, but unfortunately his Arbiter control has been a little bit lacking. He has another 2 Arbiters up here. One of them has been EMP'd. The second one has a stasis, but he can't really do anything with it. He should actually recall the base. Like, recall the base. He's going to recall the main. Oh no, he's going to... oh, please tell me he's not going to recall on mines. Oh no, oh no, oh no. He knows about them. Okay, he recalls into the main, but I'm not really sure this is going to help him too much. He's not... like, if he had a stasis for the ramp... this Haya is a different Haya to the one you're thinking of, Lucky Noob. Haya's a Terran player, that's Mulgogi on white. Yeah, there's a lot of probes here and they're all gonna die. They're not gonna live very well. We've got another 3 Arbiters coming in here as well. If he can... he doesn't even have enough energy to do anything with them. This is how many times they've been EMP'd. Haya's army is mostly dying. We've got 58 probes and 179 supply. So Haya still has a pretty big army, but he's just got no bases. And look at how quickly these eggs are going to die, by the way. He doesn't even need to kill the eggs. He's just going to kill the probes. He needs to recall the probes away. He doesn't have enough energy. This isn't Magikarp Haya, this is a different one. That Haya is on White Clan. He's played in the SCPL before under the ID Mulgogi. But yeah, it's not him. Yeah, Barracks has won in the end of the day. And ironically, he won without really using any Barracks units. I mean, these Arbiters, maybe in about 10 years, will kill all these tanks, but he stays the vessel before it can EMP him. But it doesn't matter, none of his Arbiters have any energy anyway. Oh, they've started to get energy, but the vessel's gonna come out and EMP him in a second, which, I don't know. Part of me wants to go back and watch this replay again and count the EMPs. There's been more EMPs than Arbiter spells used for sure. Oh, we have another. Oh, we have recall on top of the army. That's actually not too bad. That's actually very good. Oh my goodness, what a good engagement. Nicely done, but he doesn't know about the top left base, I don't think. That was so good though. Now Barracks is down to 1 mining base. Haya has no mining bases. This is it. This is every unit that Haya has. He is not building anymore. We had another EMP. It happens. All he needs to do is take out the top left base. If he can get to the top left hand base, he wins the game. Haya can win this game if he gets the top left hand base, but he never scouted it. All he has to do is kill the Terran's mining, he can win. If he can distance mine from somewhere, he has a chance of winning. But he doesn't know about the base. His army is weak, but with no money, Barracks cannot rebuild. But he doesn't know. He just doesn't know about the top left-hand base. The Observer here really, really letting him down. All he has to do is kill this base and he could win the game, but it's too late. Oh, this is going to feel so bad, but now he's waited too long. The base is not going to go down in the top left. Barracks' army is too big. It's too big to fail. If only he had like 50 stasis. Maybe he can... Oh my god, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Stasis. Oh, is he going to start... Oh, is he going to stasis again? Oh, he doesn't, but he gets the vessel at the very least. Sorry, guys. Now, he's killed most of the anti-air, but he's got no more stasis. We've got 2 storms. Another stasis should go down, so... Oh, look at this. Oh my god, if he gets the money storms, maybe. Nope. Oh, what was that storm? Unfortunate. GG. Haya taps out. I'm very sorry for the timing of that raid, VIR, but unfortunately, we have just finished. But that was an incredible game. That was really, really cool. I'm glad we got to see that one. Let's head on over to the results screen. Let's wrap up the stream for today, and then I'll find someone to raid as well. Thanks again, VIR, for the raid. Here we go. So that was a win for Barracks, a win for Starcast TV. What an amazing PvT to finish this off on. That was so back and forth. Haya with 420 APM as well, but unfortunately, even with 420 APM, he wasn't cool enough to win the game. Barracks doing an incredible job to win that game. He was so far behind, and there we go. But 3-1 victory for Starcast. YapZap with a win over Mutely in a pretty close CBZ. Ample with a win over Speed. That was probably the most one-sided game. 973 with a win over SimSim, with a great defense against a Proxy 2 Rax in the middle of the map, a BBS. And Barracks with a win over Haya to clear out the series 3-1. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Esport Fund and Matrino. If you enter the code, or you don't even need to enter a code anymore. If you go to this link, you can add money to the prize pool completely free by signing in with one of your various social media accounts or your Twitch account. There's 15 codes remaining. If we use all of those 15 codes, I don't want to do this math on stream, but basically if you use all 15 codes, we can add another $4.50 to the prize pool, I believe. I think I've done the math right with a calculator. If I haven't, there we go. There we go even. Add the 30 cents, it's free, courtesy of our sponsor. But once again, massive thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the games. We'll be back on Wednesday with another 2 set of matchups. It's going to be IRK versus CRT and DM versus Ash. If you want to know what's coming up, you can have a look in the thread on Team Liquid. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to go and head into VR and just hang around for doing nothing for the next 3 hours before I go to sleep to chill out. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. If you're watching this, you're watching the SDPL. Hopefully, by the way, I realize I need to update this screen as well. So far, if you want to help me make more SDPL content and bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here. And also, there's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the SDPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.